breaking the siege has never been more important when we think about, the extermination that people in Gaza are facing with, more recently using starvation as a weapon of war. So, you're representing a global movement that feels that we absolutely need to break this blockade. But really, you're doing what governments should be doing. I mean, you shouldn't have to be sailing all the way by sea. I mean, talk to us a little bit about that. I mean, you're essentially doing and fulfilling the obligations of world powers.
Well, before we start speaking about governments, I think what we have to uphold first and foremost is humanity, and we're doing exactly that. Nothing more, nothing less. What we're doing is for humanity, but we would expect that the people, the leaders that we vote into power, uphold the very same laws that they say they abide by, right? Democracy, international law, human rights. All of these things, that are looked upon in a very highly in the Western world. This is exactly what they need to uphold instead of sending weapons, instead of sending ships filled with weapons, bombs that kill innocent civilians, innocent Palestinians in Gaza. They should be sending aid. They should be hold Israel accountable. But from what we've been seeing for the past 20 months, and not just activists, normal, like just people, the whole world, is that the only reason why they're so complicit in this genocide is because they are profiting from the genocide. They are profiting off of the blood of Palestinians. And this is what we need to talk about. We need to talk about capitalism. We need to talk about the imperial powers. And if we don't start talking about and find solutions to make the systems that we live in better, the systematic killing and the systematic starvation of people will happen everywhere in the world. Gaza is not an exception. This has happened before. And Gaza is just showing us again that nothing has changed. And people always tell us, you are on the right side of history. As far as I'm concerned, we are on the right side of humanity. We should not always look at history and try to learn from history. We should learn just from humanity. But what history is showing us, it's constantly repeating. And why is it repeating? Because we don't hold the very same people continuing these massacres accountable. We don't change the systems that continue to cause these inhumane crimes, atrocities. And so, yeah, the Madeleine is just a small fraction of the global uprising that you just talked about, Rihab. We are just a small fraction of the millions of people taking direct action in the states and the governments and in the countries that they are in. And we are not carrying only us 12 people on this ship and the humanitarian aid. What we are carrying are the millions of people around the world.
Absolutely. I mean, we've witnessed some of the worst violence in our lifetimes, bearing witness to this genocide. And now Israel is using intimidation against the Madeleine. I mean, it's all over the Israeli press. You've all experienced a number of surveillance drones, which can be seen at the very least as a form of intimidation, quite possibly, intelligence gathering for Israel, but at the very least, a form of intimidation. And now Israel is threatening to, use potentially force or to do whatever it wants to do to block this vessel after witnessing this kind of vicious violence over the last couple of years. And what does it feel like to be the receiving end of that kind of intimidation?
Well, I mean, it's clear it's psychological warfare. They try to tire us. They try to wear us down. They try to, they believe they can make us turn around. They believe that they can make us give up on this. But what they need to understand is, yes, hope is a big part of this mission, right? We all have hope, but we had determination, and it was determination that made this mission possible. Because Rehab, as you know as well, we have faced bureaucratic warfare. The Freedom Flotilla did not wait 19 months to do this action. We actually, a couple of months into the genocide, we've decided that we will sail. We did not wait. We did not wait 2 years, and we tried. Last year, there were 5,500 tons kept in Istanbul and not being able to sail and to go into Gaza and to deliver that 5,500 tons of aid. And then we tried again. We attempted again with the Handala. It didn't work either. And then 4 weeks ago, we were in Malta with our ship Conscience that also carried a big amount of humanitarian aid, more than we have on the capacity of that ship is bigger. And we were bombed. We were bombed in the middle, in the heart of Europe. Of course, we were in international waters, but it was in the European territory. And there was no condemnation, no accountability. And most importantly, there was no investigation. To this day, in 2010, there was no investigation. There was still no accountability for the massacre in 2010. But after this drone attack in Malta, literally the very next day, we said, we are continuing. So if they think the drones will intimidate us, they should think about the bombs they sent our way to tell us, to send us a message and say, do not come closer, because we came all the way to Europe so that you do not come any closer. And guess what? That didn't stop us either. So these drones above us, it's not going to work. It's not, we don't feel, I don't think there's, we don't feel intimidated. It just shows us how important it is that we do go. It is important that we continue being in solidarity with the Palestinians in Gaza, and also in the occupied territories, you know, and the slaughter is not just in Gaza. I mean, we're seeing what's happening in the West Bank. I mean, this is also another crime, atrocity that Israel is committing. And for what? Because they're Palestinians. So their only crime is to be Palestinian. And not just that, you know, we can continue. There's so many things I could talk about all day long. But then also the Palestinians in the diaspora who stand up for their people, you know. And my message to the Palestinians always, when I talk to them, the ones in Gaza, the ones in the occupied territories, I tell them about the Palestinians in the diaspora, you know. Yes, you know, the ones in solidarity with Palestinians and Palestine are one thing, but then there are the Palestinians in the diaspora who do not have the right of return. And they are fighting for their own people, and they're being criminalized for this. They're being deported, beaten, house raids, imprisoned, you know. So the Zionists, they have their hands everywhere. And the Conscience was just a small example of that, you know. So they're literally... Okay, sorry, I just thought this was okay. I'm back. I'm sorry, I have to listen to everything around me, so I'm very alert of everything. So
of course. But you know, speaking of the West Bank, we actually have someone here with us, a journalist, I believe, from the West Bank, Musa. If you can hear us, Musa, we'd love to hear from you. I mean, it's the right of Palestinians, not just in Gaza, but you know, to control their maritime borders. Can you talk to us about the situation in the West Bank and what on the ground, you know, how do people feel about the Madeleine, about the news about the Madeleine? Musa, I think we've lost him. We had someone here with us from the West Bank. It would have been good to hear from him. And I'm hoping that the journalists from Gaza will be able to join us just to hear from them as well, what their thoughts are on the Madeleine, but also just to hear a bit more about the situation on the ground there. Is Musa back? No, he's not. You know, we spoke to some international lawyers earlier this week, that talked about the right of the vessel to have safe passage. You know, again, talking about EU complicity, it's you know, world powers should be doing all that they can to you know, to call for safe passage, and actually be doing all that they can to end the occupation and the genocide, of course, but the occupation itself is considered illegal, and you know, the blockade itself, and now the genocide. You know, talk to us about, you know, like, you have the right for safe passage. I mean, in the case of an interception, you know, we don't know exactly what's going to happen, but we can imagine that there will be some kind of interception by Israel, or at least Israel has threatened an interception. What's your message to people listening? I mean, what can they be doing? What should they be thinking about in the case of, Israel actually blocking this ship?
Hey, Rehab, can you read the chat? Because I think that Musa is back.
Musa, you with us? Hello? I can't hear. Musa, if you're with us, if you could please let us know. We'd love to hear from you.
Or maybe Samar.
Samar, if you're still with us. No, we'll wait. We'll wait. Hopefully they'll be able to. I think everyone's having connection problems, but hopefully we'll get them in soon. We'll keep monitoring that.
So to answer your question, Rihab, we are in international waters. We are a flagged ship. So we are traveling under the flag of the UK, the United Kingdom. Again, we are in international waters with a flagged ship, and we are a humanitarian mission, meaning, a civilian ship. We are no threat to anyone, and we are going towards the territory of Gaza, an occupied territory, which is a breach of international law to occupy people, to occupy land. So we are within the law. We are acting within the law. Any attack that Israel plans on us. Sorry, was I just gone or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just do let me know. There are calls coming in. I cannot cancel these calls, so they do come in, but I do. Yeah, I might be gone for a few milliseconds. So yeah, basically, if Israel was to attack us, that would be yet another war crime. To add it to their long list of war crimes. So sorry. I'm back. And there is, I mean, from what we've been hearing today from the Defense Minister Katsi, asked us to turn back, otherwise they will intercept us. But this is not what's going to. We are continuing, as you can see, as you can hear. If they plan to intercept us, again, we are a non-violent mission. They are the ones carrying the weapons. We only carry humanitarian aid. And what people need to do is they need to understand that we are civilians, and we carry no weapons at all. Only humanitarian mission. And I feel like I always have to continue, like, repeat this because of Israel's propaganda. And we are from 7 different countries, meaning we are from France, Spain, Turkey, myself, Germany, Brazil. Who did I forget? Did I mention all of them, Rihab? I'm not sure. But so you need to pressure these governments, because it's our governments that have to give us safety. They have to make sure that we return home safely, and pressure all the governments. And when you go on the website of the Freedom Flotilla, and you go even on our socials, you will see there are letters that you can send, that you can sign for safe passage. Share our content, talk about it, but most importantly, talk about Gaza, because the only reason why we are here is because of Gaza. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't believe that we are doing anything heroic. I believe we're doing it's our duty. I see it as our duty. We are here for humanity, because we want to uphold human rights, and we want to do exactly what our governments are not doing.
Absolutely. I think we're actually joined now by someone from Gaza. Hazem, financial fact on a smack. حازم إذا فيك تعمل انميوت أو تفتح الكاميرا والميكروفون. بدك تحكي له بالعربي؟
مرحبا.
مرحبا حازم، كيفك؟
الحمد لله بخير، شو أخباركم؟
الحمد لله الحمد لله. أنت من وين عم تحكي؟
أنا حاليا في ميلانو متوجه لروما بالقطار، بحكي لكم وأنا بالقطار متوجه لروما.
أنت من غزة، أنت صحفي من
صحيح، أنا
غزة؟
صحفي من غزة. صحيح، أنا موجود في روما رحلة علاج مصابين حرب.
فينا نحكي بالإنجليزي أو بتفضل بالعربي؟
لا، بالعربي أفضل.
أوكي، نحن هلا لايف على الإنستغرام. لايف على الإنستغرام وعلى اليوتيوب. نحن معنا ياسمين من المادلين فلوتيلا. هلا حاليا شي 165 متر مايلز من غزة. إذا بدك تتوجه أسئلة لهم أو خبرنا يعني كيف الناس شو رأيهم في المدلين يعني بغزة، شو الرأي العام يعني الرأي.
يعطيك العافية يا
هو
حازم.
تمام.
احكي لنا شو سمعت
يعطيك
طويل عن
العافية.
الرحلة وعن السفينة من قلب غزة.
شوف، هو يعني أنا من غزة. أنا من غزة قبل أن أكون صحفي. طبعا إحنا بنتشكر كل أحرار العالم، كل شخص نادي تضحية الشعب الفلسطيني بتوفير الحياة الكريمة له والعيش بسلام في ظل الحرب أو الإبادة اللي بتبقى غزة في عهد العصور الحديثة اللي احنا موجودين فيها. طبعا اشي صعب كتير واشي سيء كتير كمان، انه الآن الشعب الفلسطيني في غزة بيتعرض للموت الصامت اللي هو الموت جوعة بدون شراب. مئات الآلاف من النازحين وتجاوز المليون ونصف نازح بلا مأوى في خيام لا تأويهم من برد الشتاء ولا من حر الصيف. طبعا هذا ما صار في كل شعوب العالم. لذلك احنا بنتشكركم، نتشكر كل صف في العالم بينادي للشعب الفلسطيني، للقضية الفلسطينية، أحقية الشعب الفلسطيني في أرضه، العيش بسلام والعيش بأمان، توفير جميع متطلبات الحياة من مسكن ومأكل ومشرب، بالإضافة يعني الآن في غزة المفروض الأطفال الآن أو طلبة الجامعات يكونوا في جامعاتهم. في ظل الحرب مع الأسف تنقصف جميع المدارس وجميع الجامعات، فلا مستقبل لهم. لذلك أنا باسمي وباسم كل الشعب الفلسطيني خاصة شعب قطاع غزة نتشكر كل شخص وكل حر شريف في هذا العالم اللي بيتضامن مع غزة، اللي بيتضامن مع قضيتنا الفلسطينية أجل فقط. يعني هذه هي رسالتي لكم، وهذا لسان حال جميع الشعب الفلسطيني الآن وخاصة الأهل في غزة. شكرا كثير، شكرا لتضامنكم، شكرا. يؤمنون بأن في إنسانية، من حق البشرية أن تعيش بسلام وتعيش بأمان. شكرا 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 كثير.
كل واجب كل واجب
شكرا.
نقدر يعني واجب، يعني ما بعرف شو بدي احكي غير
الشكر
هيك.
الأول والأخير لكم حمزة ولأهل غزة ولشعب غزة على صموده. إحنا مهما عملنا إحنا مقصرين وإحنا متأخرين. شكر
نعم
لأهل غزة، هم اللي صمدوا، هم اللي حملوا كل شيء
نعم.
وإحنا والعالم كله اللي قصر وصمت وسمح بهاي المجزرة المفتوحة.
بدي اسال سؤال بس انا عربي مكسر يمكن بيساعدني اناس. يعني هي الحق الماريتايم بوردرز
مياه دولية. مياه.
المياه الدولية، يعني هي بحقهم مين بيفوت مين بيطلع، يعني مش بحق إسرائيل توقف بالأساس اي بخر او اي شيء اللي انتم بحقكم ترفضوا او تستقبلوا. يعني هيدي جزء تاني من الاحتلال وجزء تاني من الحصار. ويعني it's another denial of rights يعني.
المياه الإقليمية الغزية هي من حق أهل غزة، من حق الشعب الغزي، وهي واقعة تحت الاحتلال. وهذا جزء ثاني من احتلالها ومن سرقة الحقوق. آه، احكي لنا حمزة. آه، حازم، شو رأيك بهذا الخطف للحقوق المستمر؟
معلش ما سمعت السؤال او ما سمعت الجزئيه الاخيره من الحكي.
عم نحكي إنه المياه الإقليمية الغزية هي حق للشعب الفلسطيني، وهي أيضا جزء واقع تحت الاحتلال.
يعني شوف، هو
احكي
ما
لنا
بعد
احكي لنا
اتفاقيه
أنت.
تمام. ما بعد اتفاقيه اوسلو، طبعا تم الاتفاق انه السلطه الوطنيه الفلسطينيه لها الاحقيه في مساحه معينه من بحر قطاع غزه، ويتم ممارسه الصيادين عملهم في هذه المساحه الحره. ولكن لم نحصل على هذه المساحه، ولن نحصل حتى على النصف او على الثلث هذه المساحه. طبعا هذا محتل، هو من بحرا طوال السنوات الماضيه، والان يسيطر عمليته البريه وعمليته العسكريه داخل قطاع غزه. طبعا احنا كشعب فلسطيني لنا الاحقيه حسب الاتفاقات اللي تم الاتفاق عليه في اتفاق اوسلو او اتفاقيات اخرى. من حقنا كشعب الفلسطيني، الشعب الفلسطيني، انه تكون لنا هذه المساحه، هي مياه فلسطينيه وليست مياه اسرائيليه. ولكن مارس احتلاله لقطاع غزه
نعم.
ويمارس سيطرته على سمائها وعلى بحرها. ليس قطاع غزة بس، يعني الآن مسجد الإبراهيمي في مدينة الخليل هو مسجد للمسلمين وللفلسطينيين، والمفترض أن جميع الصلوات فيه، ولكن تم إغلاقه ومنع المسلمين ومنع الفلسطينيين من الصلاة فيه. هذا هو الاحتلال، وهذه سياسة الاحتلال. بغريب على هذا الاحتلال أن يمارس هذه الأفعال أو هذه فرض القوة وفرض السيطرة لسيطرة مساحة قضية أو سماعها من خلال طيرانه أو من خلال تواجده المستمر داخل البحر ما قبل 7 أكتوبر، ومنذ سنوات عديدة. الصيادين ما لم يتمكنوا من الدخول إلى المساحة المطلوبة أو المساحة المتفق عليها لدخولهم إلى الصيد. الكثير من الانتهاكات الإسرائيلية بحق الصيادين، وعشرات المئات الشهداء من الصيادين اللي تم استشهادهم أثناء عملهم داخل البحر. هذا هو الواقع وهذا هو الاحتلال.
سرقة الموارد وسرقة الثروات اللي موجودة بالبحر من الغاز والموارد الأخرى.
بس
فينا
ممكن
نسألك
تعلي
حازم.
الصوت؟
تمام.
حازم، في هلا ناس لأن
تفضلي.
هن بدهم يروحوا
أكيد
اسبوعي.
أكيد.
ياسمين معنا من المادلين، إذا بدك توجه أسئلة إلها أو إلهم، يعني هن هلا على المادلين. Yasmin, he's going to ask you to direct a question to you. حازم،
أيوة معك.
ما بعرف إذا بتسمعني. ياسمين هون معنا من على المادلين.
أيوة
نحن
سامع.
حبينا ان to connect you. وإذا عندك أسئلة كصحفي كحدا من غزة، إذا بتحب توجه سؤال أو الحكي لهم مباشر.
هو شوفي، يعني هي إحنا بالنهاية نشكر كل المتواجدين على هذه
سمير، تحب تدخل؟
الحصار.
عفوا.
نشكر احنا بنتشكر جميع طاقم المتضامنين المتواجد الآن على سفينة كسر الحزب. أصبحت الآن ما يقارب على 140 أو 150 أو 140 ميل بحري عن قطاع غزة مقابل الشواطئ المصرية. احنا بنتمنى لهم انه يكونوا بسلام، يكونوا بامان، وبنتمنى لهم انه ما يصيب اي مكروه. اه هذا محتل، جيشنا الاحتلال له الصوابع من قبل في سفينة مرمرة وسفن أخرى، حتى سفينة كسر الحصار قبل شهور قليلة تم قصفها. هذا المحتل ليس أن فلسطيني على أو على أي شخص متضامن مع القضية الفلسطينية مهما مسك.
Yasmin, Hazim is wishing you all. I know you have to leave us,
منحهم
unfortunately.
الوصول لجدة وحيتم حسب تصريحات جيش الاحتلال، قيادة جيش الاحتلال صباحا اليوم صباحا يتم الإعلان بوصول هذه السفينة شواطئ غزة، وسيتم اقتيادهم إلى ميناء الزدود، ومن ثم اعتقال أو ترحيل الطاقم المتواجد عليها.
No. Yasmin, I can't translate these words, but they wish you a safe journey, and that their occupier doesn't, you're not met with the brutality that people in Gaza are met with, and that inshallah you arrive there safely. I know you have to leave us. I'm not sure if anyone else from the Madeleine can join us, but if you also want to ask Hazem or communicate with Hazem directly, the whole idea was to connect people from Gaza with people on the Madeleine. So if you want to have some last words before you leave and speak to Hazem.
Yes, thank you so much, Rehab. Well, we stand in solidarity with each one of you, and we do know that journalism and having to get out the truth out of Gaza has been such a challenge, and we have been seeing what journalists have gone through, and we have also seen journalists keeping silent when their colleagues were being murdered. And I want to thank them that despite all of it, that they managed to show us the truth, that they managed to show us the double standards. And I wish this didn't have to happen on the backs of the Palestinians, that the world wakes up. I wish that uniting wouldn't have to happen through genocide. That is why we believe that we owe Palestinians in Gaza so much. And this is why we are here, because we see it as our duty to stand with them in solidarity. And that we all wish that, being alive is the biggest gift that has been given to us. But being alive also means using the time that you do have on this earth for good things. And this is, basically why we're here. And I'm very, very sorry, deeply sorry for everything, all the violence they had to go through. And thank you that he's wishing us to not having to go through this violence, because they themselves know how basically how violent it is. And I really appreciate it. We all appreciate it. And know that we will, inshallah, soon be there, and then we can send out a message together to the world that we are together in this, and that the millions around the world are always here to support you. And even if you don't see them, they are there for 20 months, non-stop, taking it to the streets. And the Madeleine is just a small ship, but we are carrying all of their hopes and wishes and their solidarity. And maybe and hopefully we will reach the shores of the beautiful beaches of Gaza.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. I will. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be rude. It's getting dark, and there's so many things that we have to do when it gets dark. And there's interviews that we have to still give. that's why I have to leave, because I have to. My duty here is to put the word out, to bring awareness, and to make sure that everyone around the world pressures their government to lift the illegal blockade, to stop the genocide, to stop sending weapons, and to let the aid, the stockpiled aid at the borders in now. So this is my duty, and I'm going to go back to this duty right now. I wish you all a great evening. Stay safe, stay strong, and pray for us. And I will give the mic to Tiago. He has to. You have also a few minutes. He has to also go into an interview. But here's Tiago. Thank you, shukran, and inshallah, see you soon.
Thank you, Yas. Hey everyone.
Interview like in
Yes.
3 minutes from my phone.
I'll just give you back. Hey everyone, I hope you're good.
Hi, Tiago.
It's an honor being with you.
Thanks for joining. Thanks for
Hi
joining. We have
everyone. Do you listen me? سامعيني؟ رحاب
مرحبا
كيفك؟
عبد كيفك؟
شو الأخبار؟
Habibi.
حبيبي
Great to
Tiago.
see you.
Thank you, bro. Do you have any update now for your situation? What happened?
Yes, we are right now around 140 nautical miles from Gaza. We started the engines again. We were sailing only the wind, trying to save fuel, but also to adjust our timing, not to get to the place where the most likely blockade from Israel cuts and the Zionist entity could happen during the night. We want, if this happens, if they really decided to commit a war crime, we want this to happen during the daylight, where they have enhanced security. At least we can do our procedures better, remain in our nonviolent stance at all times, and do the best to preserve everyone's lives, everyone's physical integrity, and everyone's liberty and freedom. That's what we're here to do.
I think you're very close for Rafah now, yeah? العريش or Rafah.
We're getting close, yes.
Yeah, be careful. I think we need to focus for Egyptian government because you are very close for him.
Yeah, we should have had the support of all nations around us. We should have had the support of all the countries who have military vessels in this area. For example, we have 2 US aircraft carriers in this region. We have Italians. We have a lot of military vessels here that should be providing us security, because these countries, they signed international treaties. They signed the Statute of Rome. They signed the UN Charter. They signed the Global UN Convention Against Genocide, against apartheid as well. So it should not be optional for them. They should enforce these treaties.
Do you have any communication with the Egyptian government now?
No, not at all. So we had just a small conversation with the Coast Guard that was suggesting kindly that we go further away from their territorial waters, and we.
I want to send message for Arab people in the live if you have times. يعني أنا يعني رسالتي كابن غزة كشخص يعني عائلته الآن محاصرة في حي التفاح، وكشخص فقد أحبائه، وكشخص عاش ضمن الإبادة، وكشخص طلع من قطاع غزة وشاف شاف يعني الحياة برا غزة. فأنا بحكي لكم إنه
hello, can you still hear me? I'm not sure if you can. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
No.
Yeah, we can.
No, I
can hear you.
I think they can't hear us.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Hold on 1 second. We have Bisan. Are you there?
Yes. Yes.
Hi, Bisan. Thank you for joining us.
Hi.
1 second. Hi. Thank you so much.
Hi. How are you guys?
Thank you.
Hi, Tiago, Yasmin. Hi, everyone. How are you guys?
Good
All's good.
We're doing our best.
How is the Mediterranean with you? Yeah. Is it
كيفك
harsh?
وسام؟
We're trying to join from the other phone. Yas has an interview exactly right now.
What time is it?
Rehab,
with
can
you.
you send the link, please? On my phone.
No, wait. What's going
I'm with
on?
you. Just send me a link.
All right. Things are
Anyway.
very so sorry. Bisan, it's a pleasure to meet you. We've been watching you for so long. We wish for your safety, and inshallah, we'll be there very soon. And maybe we'll get to meet each other in person. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to okay. I have to go, but Tiago will join from his phone,
Mm-hmm.
and and maybe I'm done, and then I will rejoin Tiago. Thank you so much. Kisses, hugs, and solidarity.
Thank you for everything you're doing. I'm waiting you both here in the coast, here in the beach, and
Yes.
here in Zoom. Okay, I'm waiting
Okay,
you
we'll
either
have some
ways.
chai when we come. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
All
I'll
right.
make it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Bye bye.
Okay.
Bye bye.
I'm joining now.
Stay on. Tiago is joining. Okay.
I'm on. Yes, I'm on. Okay, I'm waiting.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Take care.
Okay.
Sam, thank you so much for joining us. While we're waiting for Tiago to rejoin, I mean, talk to us about how people feel about the Madeleine, making its way there, before we talk about the situation in Gaza, of course.
How people are feeling about Madeleine in Gaza.
Yes.
People are just doing the same thing they're doing every day, which is looking staring to the sea, waiting for something to come. But this time we are not waiting for the bombs and the shelling from the warships, which we call Tarad. We're waiting for a 12 brave, amazing people who are just challenging the whole world and just sailing to Gaza, because why not? Because we've been trying any other diplomatic ways for like 2 years now, approximately 2 years now. And finally, now we're sailing and just do whatever you do, talking to the Israelis. So we're just waiting for the heroes that we have been hearing about for years, the heroes that will at the end listen to the Gazans, hear their screams and just break the siege. By the way, we're waiting for a flotilla to reach Gaza since like 2009, 2010. We've been hearing about the flotilla, about the aids coming through the sea, about people coming from Greece, Italy, Turkey, but they have never reached. And يعني it's the same reason, because of the Zionists attacking these ships, attacking these activists, peaceful, without any arms, just bringing medicines, doctors, activists, and this time representatives, and even people who were silent like for decades, And finally, this is the time after like 19 months of the genocide where they are speaking. I mean, the people who are representing the voices in the West, who are just yani, not even normal people, not doctors only, not journalists, not activists. This time we have more people. We have more people with stronger voices. The problem for me, actually, we are all, by the way, saying this in Gaza. Why we don't have 20 flotilla, 20 boats, a flotilla with like 20 boats, at least one or two weekly. هلا the Israelis can stop one, can stop two. Yes, they can arrest the third boat crew. Yes, they can prevent the fourth. Yes, they can try to make, to switch the cards and to call their governments for the fifth boat, but they can't stop 10, 20, 30. And just imagine if these are at the same time with other convoys by land, like what is moving now from Tunisia, Algeria, through Egypt, North Africa, towards Rafah crossing. Maybe they won't be able to just break the siege, but they will be so loud, and they will just open a new horizon for everyone to do a new thing. I mean, it's 20 months of doing the same thing without any other results. Now it's the real time to do a new thing to expect a new results. So, yeah, we are just waiting. We know in the deep of our hearts, and we're praying that the worst thing will happen is to stop them, maybe send them back to their countries, not attack them, arrest them, or kill them. Because in 2010, the Israeli forces killed 10 Turkish activists, doctors, and journalists were coming peacefully just to break the siege on Gaza because Gaza is under siege since 2007. So they were coming peacefully and they were killed. And now we're waiting. We're just sailing at the horizon. But we're praying also that we won't we won't like lose these bravery amazing people. So yeah, that's what Gazans are now waiting and doing and talking. Just
And it's actually
imagine a whole people starving for 100 days and talking about this. Talking about that's how it's important for us.
Mm. And it's actually, I mean, it's your right as people living in Gaza to control your maritime borders. It's your right to decide who enters, who doesn't enter, what doesn't enter. So this is a further breach, a further, like another layer of the occupation, which is illegal, immoral. And now it's far worse than it's ever been. I mean, the previous flotillas, we didn't even have the situation that we have in Gaza now. Tiago's back with us. I don't know if you want to direct any questions directly to the people on the Madeleine.
Yes, guys, what would you do? What are you planning to do actually if the boat was attacked tonight or maybe tomorrow, tomorrow evening, tomorrow morning? What are you planning to do? And if you just were not able to get Gaza, what do you want the people of Gaza to know so they can wait maybe for something else? And what do you want the people of the world to do?
Thank you so much, Bisan, for bringing this up. Because in the end, we are doing all of this in solidarity for the Palestinian people and for the Palestinian people in Gaza. You change human history by live streaming your own genocide, and the world will have to live many lifetimes to pay back the debt that we all have to the Palestinian people. You gave the lenses for the people to see society as it really is, a society, a system that exploits, oppresses, and destroys nature. And you also gave the map that in order to be free, to liberate ourselves, we need to be steadfast, we need to have the sumud, we need to live by our principles, and yeah, just resist in any way we can. And of course, we know that every flotilla, like you said, only the first 5 attempts to go by boat in 2008, they actually made to Gaza. All the others, this is the 36th boat of the Freedom Flotilla Coalition that tries to reach Gaza. And all the others, except for these 5 initial journeys in 2008, they were stopped either by bureaucratic warfare, that, like you mentioned, Yasmin just mentioned in Istanbul last year, for example, either by interception that happened to many of the flotillas, or either by attacks, like the Mavi Marmara 15 years ago, or like last month, our boat, the Conscience, that was bombed by 2 Israeli drones as well in Malta, 1,800 kilometers from Gaza. So whenever we go on a flotilla mission, we expect to see this type of situation, but we are also hoping for the best, because we know that Minister of Defense Israel Katz just said to the world that he's preparing to commit a war crime. A war crime because he's violating the law of the seas, because we are in international waters, and we're going from international waters to Palestinian territorial waters. It's not their rules, not their jurisdiction. And even if it was, they are not allowed by International Court of Justice to hinder any type of humanitarian aid. So they should not be allowed to do that. We have international law on our side. We have also the hearts and minds of millions and billions of people that know that starving children to death is wrong, that bombing hospital shelters and school is wrong, and we're doing our best. So whenever they think that they have the control, I always say that all they have is their weapons and their bombs and their hate and their violence. We have all the rest. We have solidarity. We have love. We have steadfastness. We have history on our side, because it's the destiny of all people colonized to be free eventually. And we are in solidarity with these people. So we know we are on the right side of history by being with you, by being in solidarity with you. So they can attack us. We do our nonviolence training with all of our participants to de-escalate any situation, to decrease the chances of they assassinating us. And in the case of attacks, to be honest, they really have the means to kill all of us here. But we want to make this an impossible choice for them so that they cannot bomb us, because if they bomb us, if they attack us, if they do harm to us, this flotilla has 12 people, but the next one can have 1,200, and the next one can have 1,000,000, like you said. And then eventually, just like the apartheid
They
ended,
won't
just
be
like
able to do
nepotism,
anything.
Zionism will end, and US imperialism will end eventually. And we want to be side by side with you because you are the ones who led this battle, historical battle of our generation. So yes, we expect an attack at any time. We hope for a huge mobilization that can, by a miracle, stop this from happening. But we are not afraid. We do not fear them. We are doing this with our dignity and in solidarity with you. So we are honored and humbled to be here.
Diego, is there anything you want the people around the world to do or to know? Are you asking for example, a mobilization, a protection, something just to protect you in the upcoming hours? I need to hear this. I need the people to feel that they are part of this convoy. They're not only watching or posting or sharing your posts. uh, you are not just doing something really strange and dangerous, and they cannot do or be engaged. So I want you to tell the people around the world what to do.
Yes, the way that the Palestinian people have been showing to the world is the way to go. We are led by you in this global uprising. So rise up, go to demonstrations, disrupt the arm factories, do boycotting, break the media blockade, break the boycott of this horrible big tax on social media. Do whatever you can wherever you are. We see dock workers refusing to load cargo into vessels. We see airplane workers refusing to take people that are going to fuel the war machine. We see resistance everywhere. In many, many places, people are finally understanding that this is a decisive moment. And the Palestinian people have been saying this for 8 decades. And right now, it's a decisive moment for all of us, not only for the Palestinian people, because if we can defeat Zionism and imperialism in Palestine, we know that the whole world will be a better place, free of oppression, exploitation, and destruction of nature. So rise up. It's the time of the biggest, the most organized, and the most courageous global uprising that our generation has ever seen.
Is there any other ways for the people to make sure that you're still okay and you're still going in your journey, other than the Instagram? If you lost connection in the upcoming hours, what people should do to know more about you?
We probably lose connection very soon if they implement the attack. So we're doing the best, and they should keep up with our land team, because if we get arrested, if we get attacked, our legal team will know, and our diplomatic staff from the countries where we're from, they will know, and the media team will be
And we will
publishing it
be
on.
sharing,
Yeah, that's pretty much
yeah,
where
we
we
will
are.
be sharing sorry, Tiago. We will be sharing all of these things on our socials, so it's important to follow the socials for those reasons. On Telegram, on Instagram, we'll be having calls to action, what people can do, different ideas of how people can support them, support their right to a safe passage, their right to deliver humanitarian aid, and their right to arrive in Gaza. They're sailing from international waters directly into Gaza. So not breaching anybody's waters, they have the right to do that. And so all of the steps in which people can help and support that will be on all of our socials. So people should follow that.
Guys, I really respect your bravery. We have a proverb in Arabic. We say على راسي, which means I put all of your effort, your kindness, your heart, your bravery on my head, because I really respect it. I mean, just look how what are you doing, and how billions billions are just silent or can do but don't want to do or don't want to risk any privilege, don't want to risk any comfort. So you're just, guys, literally splitting the sea and coming to Gaza. And that's beyond everything. I just pray for your safety. Even if you were not able to reach, we'll be waiting for you right here in the beach, okay? Just waiting for you. Believe me, tomorrow is a very important day for Palestinians in Gaza, just like you.
Yes, yes. We can't wait, to reach. And Tiago was speaking earlier. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be rude. It's just that there's so many people calling, and we're really trying to just get the word out. And Bisan, we hear all of these messages, and the word. We honestly we didn't think it was going to be like this. Tiago and I, we sometimes speak here and we say, wow, there are so many people that came out of the shadows, for many reasons, but they are there and they're seeing it. And this is why we have to use this moment to, as you said, this blockade didn't happen during the genocide. This has been there since 2007. And the only reason why the genocide could happen the way it's happening, you as a journalist, you're live streaming the genocide, and it's been 20 months and no one has done anything. Even this performative aid distribution, still nothing is happening. And the only reason why this can happen the way it's happening is because the world has kept silent for so long. This is an illegal siege, and it's unbelievable that the world, that the international community hasn't done anything about it. And this gives Israel so much impunity to commit these atrocities, to commit these war crimes. And many people ask me, about the siege, and I say, this is the siege on top of the siege. Let's not forget that, there was a siege, and there was another siege put on top of the siege. And for almost 4 months, they've been starving you. They've been starving you. They're using starvation as a weapon of war. I come from Germany. I'm not German. I'm of Kurdish descent, but I'm a German citizen. And Germany is the second largest weapons supplier to genocide your people. And we have tried everything in our power to stop them. And it's not happening. But also, as Tiago mentioned earlier, probably as I was gone, we tried, even a few months into the genocide, we tried to send ships, and we were faced with bureaucratic warfare. We did not wait. We did not wait 19 months to do this action. It just took us so long because we were fighting the Zionists all around us, not just the Zionists from Israel, but the whole world. There's so many Zionists around the world. Israel has many allies around the world, and they make life hell for people who are in solidarity. But you see, I'm talking to you from the mat. We manage. So being determination and believing in justice makes things possible. And this is the message that we're trying to convey to the world. Just do it. Just do it and believe in it.
Yasmin, I'm speechless. And I just want to send all the love and the prayers for you to be safe and to see you soon. And choosing Madeline as a name is so just so smart and in the right place. Madeline's story was the first story I have ever written in 2017, and it's really in a special place for all the Gazans,
Wow.
because we all know Madeline and her determination. I know that the determination of Madeline just inspired you. So, shukran. We're waiting you here. I'm not gonna take more time for you. I know a lot of people are just asking and calling. Shukran for everything. And if there is anything I can help, I'll just do it. Okay. Anyway,
Yes. Thank you so much. Stay safe, and we're so happy to hear that we will hopefully meet you all very, very soon.
inshallah. See you soon.
Inshallah. Inshallah. See
Take
you
care.
soon.
Salam.
I think we're joined as well by Musab. Musab, Kifak.
Hello, everyone. It's a great honor to be listening to you, to watch you on your journey from before the start of this journey. I wish, I mean, I just wrote you a letter. I published it on my social media. I wish I could be with you on the boat, but I'm here 5,700 miles away from where you are right now in the boat. I was born in the Shelter refugee camp. That's probably where your boat hopefully will dock soon. I mean, I wish I could be there with you in the sea. I've never sailed in my own sea, so I envy you, and I hope that you will arrive safe, inshallah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Where are
Yeah.
you now?
I'm in upstate New York. Thousands that I mean, I was forced out of Gaza in December 2023. Uh, my whole family, except for my wife and kids, are still in Gaza. My wife's whole family are still in Gaza, and I assure you, people are waiting for the boat to arrive because it's not only about what you are bringing with you. You are carrying the humanity, the lost humanity of the world with you on that boat. And I think hopefully this will succeed. You will arrive at the Gaza seashore, and it will hopefully be the start of more and more courageous people to land, in Gaza. I mean, just imagine I was born in the Shati refugee camp. Shati means beach, so I was born on the beach. On the beach, my mother was walking on the beach when she before she gave birth to me, and I mean, people cannot travel to Gaza whether through we don't have an airport, we don't have a seaport. So here you are, guys. You are trying to not only bring food and medicine and medical supplies to the people in Gaza, mainly to the children. you know, it's also you are trying to break something that has been uh, imposed on the people of Gaza. I mean, most of the population in Gaza were even born after 2007. Many of them were born after 2000, after the start of the siege. So these people have never seen the outside world, and I assure you, many of them have never seen people from outside of Gaza. So I pray you will make it, and you will be the first people they meet from outside of Gaza. So you are not only breaking the siege by bringing humanitarian supplies, but also by bringing yourself someone from the outside world. Before I left Gaza for the first time in 2019, I've never seen the world. I've never boarded a plane. I've never seen forests. I've never seen an ocean. I've never seen anything. So I was 27 years old. So now what you are doing is coming to Gaza because people can't leave Gaza. You are coming to Gaza. So we are breaking the siege in so many ways, and I'm very proud of you, someone who has survived the genocide, someone who has lost 31 members of his family in one airstrike in October 2023, someone whose family can't find any food to eat, any medicine. I mean, just 5 days ago, a cousin of my mother, I posted about him on my page. He lost his life. I mean, he was a skeleton, really. He was not only hungry, but he didn't have the medicine that would enable him to live more of his life. So, and I mean, what else does this world need us as Palestinians to do? We had Bisan, we had Mu'taz. I was writing and I was abducted by the Israeli forces. And so many journalists have been abducted, have been murdered. Not only they were murdered, they were murdered with their families. So people in Gaza did so many things to try and challenge the Israeli siege and occupation and the genocide by spreading the word about it. So what else? What else are they supposed to be doing? And they are the Israelis and the whole world are preventing people like you from going into Gaza. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I fail to understand what does this world want from the Palestinian people. They are not allowing them to return to their homes, from which they were expelled in 1948, like my grandparents, who died in the refugee camp and whose graves I don't know where they are right now because Israel bombed the cemetery. I mean, really, they don't want the Palestinian people to live. And even when they die in Gaza, they are going to bomb the graves and the graveyards. They are killing us. I mean, yeah. I mean, I fail in so many ways to understand this world.
Thank you so much. I'm very touched by your words, and you know, there's also so much rage in all of us, and in a good sense. I think, it's impossible not to feel any rage when you tell us your story, and there's so many stories like you. And when you talked about, that in 2019 when you went out for the first time, this is, and this is the thing we talked about earlier. We said we have the freedom of movement. Palestinians in Gaza don't. And every morning I can wake up and I can choose not to be an activist. I can choose not to stand by the Palestinians. It's a choice I can make because I have the privilege. And Palestinians wake up every day. They don't have, they cannot say I'm not going to be part of this, because the world are targeting Palestinians. They're targeting Palestinian identity. And this is why we need to stand in solidarity.
Yeah.
Around the world, there's we are all in our millions, in our thousands, in our millions. We are all Palestinians, and we really have to live by that, and we really have to stand shoulder to shoulder with you.
Yeah.
Because I cannot imagine. I just really cannot imagine being born in a place in a densely populated area and not being able to move out. You haven't even seen Palestinians outside of Gaza.
No,
I mean,
you will be surprised if I tell you that I've never seen anyone from the West Bank, which is a Palestinian territory. I mean, when I left Gaza, I started to see people from Ramallah, from Hebron, Khalil, from Bethlehem. I mean, that was a dream for me. I would start to ask them, "Oh, tell me about your life. What does it look like there?" It seemed to me like they were from a different country, and this is what Israel has been doing. They have been estranging Palestinians from each other. And what I want to tell you, Yasmin, and all the courageous crew, is that you are not only standing in solidarity with the Palestinian people, you are standing for justice. It's not about solidarity that you see people suffering. No, no, no. This is of course, this is an important part of it. But you are standing for justice when governments cannot stand for justice. I mean, you should be very proud of the distance you have cut, to be here.
مصعب just quickly.
ولقيت عامل فيديو ما بدك تسلم علي.
أهلا ريما كيف الحال ريما؟
الحمد لله وانتي؟
I'm so very proud of you. I'm just talking to Yasmin and others. You are not only standing in solidarity with the Palestinian people, you are standing for justice, which governments fail to stand for. So you should be very proud of every mile that you have, traveled to reach the point where you are right now. I'm very proud of you. People in Gaza are watching TV. They know where you are. They are waiting for you impatiently. So I wish I was still in Gaza. I mean, I know if I were still in Gaza, I wouldn't be talking to you, maybe, just like so many other people. But I wish I could be with you to welcome you to, yeah. So yeah, Yasmin, as I said, it's more than solidarity. You should know that this is about human justice. You are doing something that governments and armies fail to do. Even Arab countries. I mean, look, Egypt is just next door. Unfortunately, people and the government has failed to do anything to just remove all this pain. I mean, it's not only Rafah border crossing that Israel destroyed, but there is a sea between the Palestinians and other countries like Egypt and other European countries that they could cross. And you talked one last point before I stop talking. You talked about the freedom to movement, right? It's not only that Palestinian people are denied their freedom to movement, but also you've never thought about that. You are denied your freedom to movement when you try to come to Gaza. You are not allowed to come to Gaza. And it's not about after the start of the genocide. It's also about the so many years before, during which so many people, you and so many of my friends, tried to come to Gaza to just see us, to visit us, to do work. They have been denied their freedom to movement, to visit.
Yes, you're so right. That is so true. I never thought about it in that way, but it's true. Even now, we are in international waters. We're going into the territory of Gaza. We are not allowed, and they are threatening us with so many horrific things. And actually, this is a breach of international law. But so this is how we see the cruelty of Israel on Palestinians, but also on people who stand with Palestinians.
Yeah. It is your right. It is your.
I'd love to bring others joined us from Gaza. I think it'd be great to hear from others as well. And Yasmin, if there's others on the Madeleine that can also join the video,
Yes,
Go around
yes,
to
I
the
was, yes,
join you.
yes.
And in the
Uh,
meantime, we'll hear from more people that have joined us from Gaza. Shahed and others, if you can please open your video, open your mics. We'd love you to join in the conversation. אז فيكم تفتحوا الفيديو والمايك، حابين نسمع منكم اللي هون عم يشاركونا من غزة أو من ضفة. Hello, River.
Who are you? No, now they can hear you. So, go ahead.
It seems like we are so close, huh?
We're getting close. Yes. How are you feeling?
Okay, I didn't see there were all these people. Hello, everybody.
Hi everyone, how are you?
Beautiful. Well, thank you. I don't know about the others. I have the feeling everybody's fine. I believe love is very powerful. That's it.
Yeah, very, very proud of you and the crew for doing this. This is something, as I said, that should have been done by government, by the UN, by a group of people who have the power to protect themselves. But here you are. It's only humanity that is protecting you, and we will stand with you forever, inshallah.
But this is beautiful because thank you, my friend. We try to protect in a way, as even if it's symbolic, but Palestinians bringing some aid and opening the blockade, like breaking the siege. But our safety is based on everybody else, on the rest of the world,
Exactly.
and it's such a beautiful image of this humanity we want to build, that we are all linked together, and if someone is failing, then everybody's falling. So if we keep strong and keep in the same mindset with love, then it's all about love, and I'm sure we can make it together.
We love you so much.
And
We
River,
love you so much.
how are you feeling about I mean, Israel has been reporting on, blocking and intercepting. How are you feeling about that? How are your spirits? How's everyone else feeling?
I have the feeling it didn't change anything. We have the same target. We have the same goal. We have the same love. We have the same ship. We have the same crew. We have everything is the same. I don't care about what Israel is doing or wants to say, or Israel is not part of the world of the love we need in that world, and that enables us to be happy, to live in peace and harmony. So I don't care about what they may say or do. We will build this world together, and that's it. No?
Inshallah.
Yeah?
Yes.
I love this guy so much.
Easy.
He really means what he says.
Oh, yeah.
Like I've been watching him all day. He's just chill, he's relaxed. Like
Yeah.
no worries.
It's you know more than me about Israel, and I can't believe it's way more violent than what I could imagine. But fear is not powerful. Love is. I know where we are, who we are, and so I definitely know that we will survive whatever happens, but they will not. So let's go ahead.
Absolutely.
You have beautiful smiles. I'm happy to see you, and I hope we will be able to hug together and to share a lot of good news very soon.
Yeah. I think love is a power that you are holding, and also the belief that the people who are waiting for you, when you know what they are going through every single day.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, yeah, I'm just saying that the power of love is something that keeps you moving, but also I know that the suffering of the people, especially the children, half of the population in Gaza, about 1 million children, when you know that they are suffering and they are waiting for you, this not only to bring aid but also to stand with them, when you know that these people are waiting for you, it keeps you more than anything else moving. So I can't wait for the time to see you meet the children of Gaza, whether at hospitals, whether in tents, whether on the beach, which Israel has been occupying and which has been a death scene for so many people in the past few months. So I can't wait for the moment to see people in Gaza welcome you with maybe a can of beans. Yeah, this is people, sometimes on birthdays, they would bring, a can of beans to celebrate their birthday. So I hope they will have more than one can of beans to celebrate your arrival.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
Can't wait to experience this together. So you are you're in Palestine?
No, unfortunately I'm in the United States. I had to leave Gaza in December 2023 after I was abducted by the Israeli forces while trying to leave with my wife and kids. But my parents, my siblings, my cousins, everyone in my family are I mean, they are not living. This is how I describe it. They are not living in Gaza. Okay, they are trying to survive because when you try to survive, you are not living. You are pulled, between two sides, death and life. You are in the middle. You are not living. This is what I want to say. People in Gaza are not living in Gaza. They are trying to survive, and I hope that your mission will succeed in changing this reality.
It is definitely possible. So
yeah, we are praying for you. We are with you, and all eyes are on you.
beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you for being part of it.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, Trevor. Thanks for speaking to us.
Lot of love.
See you. إذا في حدا معنا من غزة أو من ضفة بنحب نسمع منكم إذا بتفتحوا الفيديو والميكروفون، وآسفة على العربي مكسر.
مين موجود معهم؟ عبد مش فاتح كاميرا.
عبد وفي شاهر
شاهر بدوي، سامعيننا هم أو شايفيننا؟ مش عارف.
بدوي.
I don't know.
مش عم نشوفكم ولا عم نسمعكم.
أنا
حازم مان.
سامعكم كيف الحال؟ شو الأخبار؟ رحاب
أهلا
الشباب.
عبد
كيفك عبد؟
من غزة
معلش
ولا
شوي مشغول بس معاكم في الحديث وسامعكم.
حياك
يعطيك
الله
العافيه.
سيدي.
انا شاعر البدوي، انا من مخيم بلاطه في الضفه الغربيه.
أهلا وسهلا.
حياك الله
أهلا
حياكم الله.
كيفك شاهر؟
بحاول أفتح الكام بس ما
حابين
بعرف.
نسمع منكم إذا بالإنجليزي أو بالعربي، إذا بتفضلوا بالعربي، بس حابين نسمع منكم شو عم بيصير على الأرض. يعني حابين نسمع منكم أكثر.
يعني بدايه هي الضفه الغربيه كثير بتعلق الامور فيها باللي بيصير في غزه. يعني اللي بيصير في غزه كثير بيألم في الضفه الغربيه، ورغم انه الضفه الغربيه اللي بيصير فيها بس بشكل بطيء، يعني حرب الاباده بشكل مش كثير وتيره سريعه، ولكنه اكثر عمق. بنروح على القدس، التهويد وعزل المناطق، حصار للمدن، اعتقالات بشكل عنيف. اللي بيصير في مخيم جنين، مخيم الكرم، مخيم نور شمس، هو كثير بيشبه اللي بيصير في غزة، مع انه اكثر بلامس بنية المخيمات وتدمير حياة الناس في المخيمات وقطع اوصالهم والسيطرة على الاراضي والاستيطان. وهذا بيجوز على المدى البعيد اكثر خطورة من اللي بيصير في غزة، ولكن الدم في غزة ودم الناس وأرواح الناس حاليا هي الأهم. احنا في الضفة الغربية كثير يعني بنحاول كل جهد انه نتضامن مع غزة بكل الطرق اللي بنستطيع، السلمية، نقل الأخبار، التواصل معهم، دعم الأسر النازحة من مخيمات جنين وطول كرم. ولكن يعني هذا الجهد بده جهد أعمق من هيك وأكثر من هيك على المستوى أول شيء الفلسطيني عموما، على مستوى الإنسانية. وهذا اللي بنشوفه بسفينة فك الحصار اللي بتنطلق الآن لغزة، وكلنا يعني أعصابنا مشدودة معهم، نتضامن معهم زي ما هم بيتضامنوا معنا، وبنشعر انه يعني هم بيقدموا اغلى ما يملك، هم قاعدين بيضحوا حاليا. ما بنعرفش احنا كيف هاله الحرب عند الصهاينه والاستهتار بالبشريه وبارواح الناس ممكن يؤذوهم، وهذا بشكل خطر كثير عليهم. واحنا بنتضامن معهم وبنامن، لانه اهم شيء انه يكونوا سالمين، يوصلوا ان شاء الله لاهدافهم، ان كانت بالوصول الى غزه او الوصول الى قلوب الناس واصحاب القرار. انه غزه محاصره، غزه تعاني، غزه تذبح يوميا. استنزاف للبنيه التحتيه، للصحه، لكل شيء. وانا عضو او يعني من الناس النشيطين كثير في الائتلاف التربوي الفلسطيني، وبنركز على موضوع التعليم، واللي حاليا هي بتتعرض لإبادة. احنا بنحكي أكثر من 14,000 طالب في الصفوف الأولى تم إعدامهم وقتلهم في غزة. أنا بحكي كلمة إعدامهم لأنه تم عن قصد قتلهم. هذا إعدام حقيقي، تدمير لكل البنية التعليمية، إن كان المدارس، الجامعات. أكثر من 180 دكتور جامعي ومحاضر وبروفيسور في العلوم الإنسانية والعلوم العلمية تم قصفهم في بيوتهم هم وعائلاتهم، تدميرهم. بنحكي على أكثر من 225 صحفي حتى أمس تم إعدامهم. هذا كله يعني بتوقع أنه نكبة مضاعفة للنكبة اللي صابتنا في 48. هذا يعني راح يكون له تبعات كثير على بنية المجتمع الفلسطيني الاجتماعية، ولكن هذا راح يزيد الإصرار إن إحنا أصحاب حق، إحنا مستهدفين لو مجرد إن فلسطينيين، إن كان في حالة صراع أو فيش صراع، فالاستهداف للأطفال وللأمهات وللنساء. نحكي على قضايا استهداف النساء حتى في مراكز النزوح واللجوء. بنحكي على كثير يعني حتى بالأونروا حاليا. امبارح كان في خطاب لمفوض الأونروا، إسرائيل على ادعاءاتها لم تقدم أي دليل أو إشارة إلى دليل في الاتهامات الموجهة للأونروا في موضوع المشاركة في 7 أكتوبر. ونحن ندرك أنه يعني إسرائيل تحاول قدر الإمكان تقضي على القضية الفلسطينية، تقضي على الحق الأممي للاجئين الفلسطينيين بالعودة وفق قرار 194 اللي اتخذته الجمعية العامة للأمم المتحدة. ولكن يعني هيهات، يعني هم قاعدين بيجددوا النكبة بأضعاف مضاعفة، فهم عمليا قاعدين بيجددوا الصراع. وهذا شيء مؤلم كثير. يعني بدل ما تروح ناس كانت عندها معاناة إنسانية في فترة من فترات في الزمن، بتروح بتحاول قدر الإمكان إنها تدمر شعب، بتكون أكثر طاغية، وهي بتعرف إنه هذا لن ينسى. الناس بتنساش والأطفال بتنساش حقوقها، وراح نضلنا نبحث. ويعني هذا مهم كثير. اللي بفكر إنه اللي بيصير راح يكون له نتائج باستسلام الشعب الفلسطيني، هذا بفهمش طبيعة البشر أول شيء، وبفهمش طبيعة الشعب الفلسطيني، وبفهمش إنه الروح الإنسانية اللي بتتجسد اليوم في هذه سفينة التضامن، اللي هم بنحكي أشخاص معدودين بتحدوا كل آلة الحرب، وبتحدوا كل إمبراطورية القسوة والشر، إن كان في المعسكر الإسرائيلي أو حتى بالدعم الأمريكي وبعض الحكومات الأوروبية. هذا هو اللي راح ينتصر، لأنه الإنسانية راح تظل إلى يوم الدين. يعني انا بقدرش احكي انه انا كثير يعني في لحظه بلحظه بتضامن مع هذه المجموعه، وبشعر انه يعني مع انهم موجودين هنا تحت الحصار، بس يا ريتني كنت معهم.
يا ريت يا احنا كمان. ياسمين انت بدك sorry, I'm speaking to you in Arabic. You have to leave. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm so sorry, but I have to leave now. I have an interview that I rescheduled to this time because I didn't want to interrupt earlier. I'm very, very happy. I know some of you don't understand, and I'm sorry that I don't speak Arabic. Maybe soon I'll learn. Thank you. We
Thanks
really
for joining us.
appreciate the time and that you took your time to talk to us. And inshallah, we'll speak again. And to the ones that we'll see in Gaza, we will be there soon. And yeah, thank you again. Good night. And take care of yourselves.
Good night.